that if the pillars of the world shall fall, darkness will descend upon all that lives. From the Book of the Dark. Man did not heed this warning. The sacred cosmic tree burned to cinder. And so the darkness came, claiming all that was bright and living in Thea. When all hope was lost, after a century without light, the sun rose once more. Thea awakened from her dark slumber, and you along with her. But Thea is not the world that once was. The age of darkness weakens, but it is far from over. Life took its shy roots, yet death will not release its grip easily. While the sun keeps some of the evil in check during the fleeting days, at night, the creatures of darkness roam free and angry, unwilling to give up their dominion over the land. It is up to you to find a way to rebuild Thea, banish the darkness, and strengthen mankind.
Thea is awakened. Welcome. No time to waste. You are a deity of the High Pantheon, and you must help your worshippers survive the darkness. So what now, you ask? You are divine, yes, but you have little power, and so you will know the world through your people's eyes. This means sometimes you will encounter your own divine messengers, and maybe even face your own avatars. Weird, I know. Your first mission is to survive. Every critter is trying to make sure you stay down. So get food and craft better equipment to protect yourselves. You will guide your people to victory, either by sheer survival and progress, or by solving the cosmic tree's mystery. I am but a messenger. Theodore, you can call me. But let us focus on you. Thea is a broken land. The underworld is shut, and the undead roam the earth. And creatures of darkness that ruled for a century want you dead. First, go and explore your village. Check the inventory to see your stocks and set people to gather food and fuel, like wood. Without food, people will starve. And without fuel, they will not craft or even heal, so these are really important. Yes, once you've visited your village, check out the people standing outside, the exploring party. Select your party and send them to me. I will wait for your people outside the village. I have marked your people's map with a big blue ? question mark so they will see where I am. Oh, and if you ever forget what your current task is, just check out your logbook.
Theodore welcomes you. Well, hello there. I see you're finding your feet and making first steps into the world. Well done. Events such as meeting me will occur throughout your adventures. Sometimes they are random, sometimes predestined, and always varied. Events can occur when you're out exploring, but also globally, or within your village. So remember, leaving your settlement unattended may be dangerous. Many events will ask you to bring stuff or do things in order to move to the next stage. I asked you before to gather food and fuel in your village, so you can gather resources in your village, but also by setting up a camp when you're out exploring.
To set up camp, stand on an empty hex and choose the tent icon from the mini HUD. Good. Now events can lead to conversations or just random disasters, but they can also lead to challenges. To show you what I mean, track down a pack of boars nearby, marked by a blue question mark, and bring me back their bones. Theodore welcomes you. Well, you stumble across some ruins of an old city, engulfed in mist and mystery. You search the abandoned abodes and open some old dusty cellar. As the heavy doors crack, you are swarmed by some crazed bats.
search the buildings and discover a supplies store still intact. You stumble across some ruins of an old city, engulfed in mist and mystery. You search the ruins and find an interesting building to explore. You search the buildings and discover a supplies store still intact. Your footing and fall into a really deep ditch. You quickly realize you are not alone and that you have fallen into a viper's nest. You climb out, but several snakes manage to bite you on the way up. don't always have a chance to heal, and so death can claim its prize. Don't always have a chance to heal, and so death can claim its prize. Don't always have a chance to heal, and so death can claim its prize.
Welcomes you. You find the boars Theodore told you about. There is only a couple, so it should not be too hard. However, instead, you wrestled with boars and won. You
You stumble across some ruins of an old city, engulfed in mist and mystery. You search the buildings and discover a supplies store still intact. It is time for the Night of the Goat, a feast in honor and reverence of the ancestors and forefathers, the so-called Zeadi. You set a table with food and drink, set bonfires in a circle, and begin festivities. But this night, the Zeadi actually appear before you. One, an elder bearded man, speaks with a heavy, coarse voice.
You have done us proud, grandchildren. Now we shall cleanse you of any curses you carry. And if your souls are ever burdened by the filth of dark magic, come to a city we once called home and seek us out. And if you prove yourselves worthy, you may be cleansed once more.
The Zeadi all nod in agreement, then disappear. Don't always have a chance to heal, and so death can claim its prize. stumble across some ruins of an old... You open one of the buildings. Wounded and scared, you run away from the ruins, hoping that you will survive long enough.